Yeah, we're gonna get for our filter 3 buckets of the same height, and we're gonna interconnect them with some 3/4 PVC. On the bottom we're gonna have a drain line. These drains are gonna be made with kitchen sink strainers. So those are the drains that actually drain your regular kitchen sink. I'm gonna make it for with that type of drainage for the reason of the cup size of and in the form of the drain itself. That will help once the water starts spinning. The force is gonna put all the solid particles right in the middle and through the drain lines. So what we're going to do is that we're going in a nice straight line. We're going to put them together and get a piece of something to mark, like a level or a piece of wood, and we're going to make a line across so we can have the same line through them. And every time that we make the holes, you know, in each of them, we're going to have a straight line, so you don't have, you know, something twisted or something that is not working well. That will be our first thing. With this piece of 2-inch styrofoam insulation, we're going to make our rafts. So we're going to use the bottom of the bucket, being the diameter a little bit smaller. We're going to use the bottom as our template. So we're going to cut 3 pieces, and later on we're going to make some perforations for our net cups or net pots that will be floating with our plants right on top of them. So it will be a nice way to make the water circulate, collect solid debris before they go into the growing beds, and yet still plant on top of them. Once you make the mark, what you want to do is you want to use a square, and in this case I'm going to put these holes at 3 inches deep from the top, so that way they will not interfere with the raft that is going to be floating right on top of them, and you're going to have a flow, and you know, everything will be fine. So we're going to make 6 holes now, all of them mark on the, you know, on the inside of it with a little X where it goes, so we can actually cut it or, you know, drill it with a butterfly or spade bit. Some of the bucket, like I said, I made 3 circles, and I'm gonna cut them with a jigsaw. So they will be the rafts floating on our filters. Have the rafts cut, and now we proceed to, I guess I'm gonna figure out how many I'm gonna put. You know, we have the 2-inch version. The little neck cups obviously will be just barely touching the bottom, but it's fine, because as long as it's wet, the material, in this case I'm gonna use some coconut fiber, it's gonna be moist on the bottom. Now for other ones that, like, you know, like the letters and all the stuff, well, I guess that one too, but that can take a little more water. This one will be probably submerged just a little bit more. If you notice of the height, it's going to be just a little bit more. So I guess they both work well. Again, I may you know, maybe combine the 3-inch ones with the, maybe I can put like 3 of these guys here, you know, like somehow like this, and then little ones on the middle, on the side. As long as I don't damage the strength of our raft, probably I'll be fine. So maybe I can try this. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 different type of drill bits. I have a 2-inch drill bit and I have a 3-inch drill bit, that also bit that will gonna help us to do this thing. So I'll fix it up in a second and I'll show you. See, okay, now, if you notice, I already went through all these things, so it looks kind of cool. See, on the bottom you have the little ones. I guess they're just barely touching the stuff, but it's okay. And we have the 3-inch ones. You know, the holes were just perfect, and these little net cups are made exactly, you know, to probably have a household kit doing the stuff. And we have like a Ford version over here. So again, we're gonna inside the bucket, we're gonna just place it, and it's gonna be floating. It's gonna be floating right there. All right, so you have a filter, and you also have a nice floating raft. Of the project, we have a nice drill over here with a, you know, a nice size household kit that is a little smaller than our ring. And what are we going to do in this case is that we are going to make 3 perforations on our buckets. Remember, our buckets are going to be a kind of natural way of filtrating this thing, or by gravity, you know, nothing by pressure. And yet they're going to be some sort of growing beds, you know, with floating rafts. So I decided to use this type of a strainer. It's called a kitchen drain strainer, and because it's really thin, so we want to be to really, like, you know, placing itself right in the middle of the bucket. And these buckets actually have like a little dot where it shows the middle, so it's easy to kind of follow up with a guide. And we're going to perforate the stuff and support it. Now the water is going to twist, you know, according with the way that we're going to put the stuff. It's going to twist, and it's going to be collected over here where the valve has all the parts that we're going to use in a moment. So the water will be draining, collecting all the steam, and you can actually open and close it and drain whatever solids you have. Okay. Check this out. We already put the 3 drains. See, it's really nice. Be careful, don't use a really big household kit. I almost find a problem with the size that I had. Maybe use like a 3.5 inch if you want to use that type of thing. I was using a 4, so I had to line it up really well, and I had help, so I was able to do it. But now, see, the problem is that you're gonna sit this down. You're gonna have problems, you know, kind of making it stable. But since I'm doing I'm building a little greenhouse type of thing for that, I'm gonna have a support, you know, on the posts that are holding my kind of greenhouse. So I made a hole on this thing, you know, on a piece of aluminum shelf, metal shelf that sometimes you can get for your storage or your closets. So it's pure recycle. I work in construction, so I find a lot of debris, so you can find it anywhere. So they're going to be here now. They're going to be interconnected on the top, where the water is going to come, circulate, come out, circulate, come out, circulate, and then go to your growing beds. So this is going to be the first stage. In other words, your fish tank is going to be really close by. This will be the first place where the water is going to go. So the water is going to circulate here. It's going to have a small filter. It's going to circulate here, a little thicker filter, and it's going to be here with another filter. So besides that, the rafts are going to be floating and all the stuff. So I'm going to perforate right now, okay? This is I would say the final setup, or the initial finished construction setup. The reason is that we are in the experimental part of it. And I'm gonna resume a little bit of what I did. I connected the 3 pipes, the 3 buckets with pipes, 3/4 pipes in this case. The reason of building this thing is to accumulate all the sediments from the food and the waste of the fish into a type of vessel made out of these pipes. So all the in a swirling form, way, the waste is going to come over here, all the sediments, and they're going to kind of resume over here on this side. And from time to time, I'm gonna remove it. This is a regular household type of greenhouse setup, so it's not a big thing. So this is how it goes. Connected over here with some nice rubber gaskets, unions and stuff. While the water is still, rich with nutrients, so I don't want to waste the space. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to have the water spinning, and then on this side I got a little window screen, and I kind of put the first filter. So the water will be filtering over there, coming from this inlet, that will be the outlet, and moving to the next one. Now the next one, I made a different type of setup. This is a little more restrained, I will say, as far as the amount of particles that are gonna go. It's a little thicker, so I hope that the water just kind of goes through it and leave more particles over here. And at the end, before the final outlet, I have a different setup. I have this type of filter. This filter is made for wells. So it is actually made to flush all the sediments. You know, a few microns over here, a little space in between it, and I just put these little pieces of pipe, I mean the tiles over there, broken pieces, so I can actually take it out and clean it. I'm assuming that because it's so fine, I may find some problems, so it's better to rinse it once in a while. And if I need to, I will probably just change it to one more of the screens that are over here. You know, normally some other designs that I saw on YouTube don't have no screen. You know, they don't have no screen and stuff like that. So I'm just gonna work with this way and see how it goes. All right, so that will be the setup of this triple swirling filter floating raft growing bed.